What are you looking for tonight? Anything in particular?
Oh, not really.
You can send that out to me.
Nice. You got roasted pine nut, salad, pine nut, some guacamole.
What are you doing over there?
We're getting food.
If you look at just how much our food and just that we consume goes to waste, it's a pure shame.
In the US, 40% of the food that is grown is never eaten. Most of this waste is generated post-harvest, as food is left in the field that does not meet the strict standards of the food distributors, is discarded as it has passed its sell-by date, or is discarded by us, the consumers, because we no longer see it as fresh or edible. The average American wastes around 250 pounds of edible food a year. Meanwhile, 17.2 million households are food insecure, meaning it is difficult to provide enough food for everyone in the family. With just a 25% reduction in food waste, we could feed 25 million people in this country. Why do we waste so much as a country? Do we no longer see value in what sustains us? What role does food play in our lives? And how can we combat such waste? There are many techniques that you may already know, such as canning, freezing, composting, consuming less. What about some less conventional methods?
So we got a new coordinator who came on board, and one day she came out with me gleaning, and we were getting corn, and she's like, so do you know what gleaning is? I'm like, well, it's kind of like cleaning the fields, I guess, but it's more like you're gardening, so throw G onto it and it makes it gleaning in some weird way. It actually comes from the story of Ruth in the Bible. So it has a whole entire biblical meaning where, you know, farmers would leave the field for people who couldn't either get food, afford it, whatever the reason might be, and go and harvest. You're going to get people healthier, and you're going to get them active and feeling better and keeping them away from the doctor. You're also feeding and providing nutrients. Not only that, but you're not going to have a lot of waste. So it's also going to bring people together as a community because you're helping each other and tying yourself back into nature, which is what we've lost a lot of. So it's hard to say what the one thing is because I think there's so many different elements that go through cleaning. It's not just, you know, harvesting.
How many families are benefit from this process?
Well over 2,000, I would say. With the food that we're getting from gleaning, it goes directly to farm stand, which serves not only recipients but the community at large. How much we get?
Yeah.
That varies. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. Like just one time we harvested 5,000 pounds of tomatoes. I would say easily 50,000 over the span of the whole entire year. It's funny, like you say, before dumpster diving, you see someone going in a dumpster and you often have a bad stigma attached, but for some reason when it comes to the farm side of it, people are more accepting. Why, I don't know, because it's the same exact principle. Yeah, one might be a little bit more smellier, or I don't know, but I guess I don't see a problem with it.
I tell people I dumpster dive. A lot of times they just get grossed out, you know, or like very surprised that you get food from a dumpster. Over the summer, like we kind of saw that it built community. One time we came back with pizza crust from Weiss, and everyone just got together for dinner and put all these toppings on it, put farm veggies, and we just had this awesome meal together. So it was a great time.
By showing these people the products and by bringing these things home and sharing them with people, by giving them to people, we can eliminate their bias and help them understand that, you know, this dumpster food really is just, it was on the shelf yesterday and you could have bought it yesterday and it would have sat in your fridge all day today and you would be eating it now anyway.
Yep, tastes pretty standard to me.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go for a B. Is that a good donut?
I'm not tasting much of a difference here.
Maybe more glaze or something. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
It tasted kind of like a munchkin. And this tastes more like a glazed donut.
They're very similar though.
Yeah.
There's really
They're pretty similar.
All right.
discernible difference.
So if I were to tell you that one of them was from a dumpster, which one would you say it was?
A Couldn't tell.
Really?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
It was actually A was from a dumpster. That's why you
Was it?
tasted. That's why you tasted the munchkin, because there are a lot of munchkins in that in the bag.
I literally just ate half of a donut from a
Wow.
dumpster.
What are your reactions to hearing that?
That's surprising, not what I expected. I
It's
figured
not-
it would taste like garbage,
It's
but
kind of terrifying that I just ate half of a donut from a dumpster and couldn't tell the difference between that and a donut that you bought at the store.
I guess what makes it different being in a dumpster?
Well, I think generally tend to think of dumpsters as dirtier.
Yeah.
it just
And
seems
Dunkin' Donuts,
unsanitary.
Yeah.
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 That was good. Tastes like a donut. I honestly can't. I want to say maybe A, but that's just me guessing.
Yeah. No significant differences, or was it?
Not really.
What do you think?
Standard donut,
Mhm.
got some glaze on it. Is this the part where you tell me what disgusting thing you bring to the donut?
Any difference between donut B or anything like that, or?
Not that I can tell.
One of those donuts was actually just dumpster dive probably about an hour ago. Can you guess which one?
B.
You couldn't tell
No,
any
in
difference.
fact, I might have rated that one slightly better.
There's like a class issue, like people think, you know, if you don't need to do that, why would you do that? You know, why would you just get free food from the dumpster when you could buy that food in the store?
You don't want to bring yourself to that level, or you're taught not to, but I don't understand what the level is, because we all have basic needs, so how you reach them doesn't matter.
One, it's dirty, and two, that you could get sick, or, you know, like a lot of food is expired. I think it's great for people that are trying to save money, but I don't think it's the solution to food waste in this country. You know, I think the solution is people, you know, when they have food that they buy, you know, they eat at the cafe, to not waste that, you know, to eat all their food and to be very conscious about how much energy went into that, and the lives and that affected, and how that affected the environment.
What do gleaning and dumpster diving highlight about how we view food in this country? What can we learn from these methods to create change in our food system? What changes can we make to combat food waste? Individually. As a society. How do you view food? Is food that is gleaned or dived for bad? Is eating just another thing you do, or do you place value in what is on your plate?